Okay, so here are some techniques for mobilising the pelvis in all different directions. So if you sit on the edge of a chair, you can do this. You could do it on a couch, although a chair would be better, something a bit firmer. Make sure your bottom is slightly higher than your knees, and make sure you're sort of perched on the edge of it as well. Okay, feeling comfortable? Feet on the floor, shoulder width apart. So what we're going to do to start with is bring our feet slightly closer together. Okay, put our hands on the inside of the knees. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to push your knees together at the same time as pulling them apart. Okay, so if you can just do that, apply some pressure, push, okay, and then relax off. Okay, it's okay to bend forward, that's completely fine. You can also open your legs out a little bit if you want to, and again, pushing together, and then releasing off. Okay, and then you can put your hands on the outside of your knees and do exactly the same thing. So you're pushing your knees outwards and you're holding on. Okay, so pressure, pushing, and then relaxing, releasing. Okay, and again, push, pressure out, and releasing. Okay, as you progress with your pregnancy and as the bump gets bigger, and even certainly if you were approaching early labour, you might find it easier to really lean forward. When you're going between the legs, you might even like to cross your arms and do it that way, and then you can really lean into it. Push, okay, and then release off. Push and release off. And again, if you want to lean forward, that's completely fine. Pushing out. Okay, and one other thing you might like to do is when you're pushing, when it's time to release, you can just bring your hands up quite quickly. Okay, and sometimes when you're squeezing your knees together, you might feel a little click in the pubic symphysis area, a little pop, and that's more to do with the muscles in between your legs, the adductors. Okay, and a shift in the position of the pubic symphysis. But that quite often, when that click happens, it releases people who are having discomfort in the pubic symphysis joint. So it can be quite helpful. That tends to occur when you're doing the pushing together. Okay, but that can't be done in isolation. It has to be done with the pushing out as well. Okay, and again, you can come off quite quickly if you want to. Play around with it, do what feels right. But it's always important to do in and out. Okay. Now also you can do up and down. Okay, so the next part of this is to put one hand underneath the left leg, okay, and the other hand on top of the right leg. And it's a bit confusing for the brain, but you want to push down with the left and up with the right. Okay, so against your hand in both directions. You doing that? Yeah? Okay, and then relax and switch over. Okay, so push against your hand in both directions. So left leg going up in this case, and my right leg going downwards. Okay, and then relax. There's no need for the legs to actually move, they just need to, the muscles just need to engage. That's all we're trying to achieve here. Okay, so one more element to this is forwards and backwards, because that's another pelvic movement. Okay, so you'd have one hand on the front of your knee, and the other one, the way to do it is to get your fist and to pop it in your buttocks, top of your buttocks on the other side. Okay, so you're going to be, again, working against both. So pushing your left knee forward and your right knee backwards. Oh, yeah, that's right. So if you actually hold on to your kneecap and push in that direction, you'll probably get a better result. So it's almost trying to push that knee forward and trying to push that one backwards. Okay? You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can turn like you're doing, that's fine, or you can look forward. Okay, it's more about engaging the muscles around the pelvis. Okay, so pushing there, gently coming off, holding onto the front of the knee again, fist into the top of the buttocks, and again, see for me, and I know I'm not pregnant, but for me my low back just clicked there. There's quite a big release in the low back. So that can really be a good way of mobilising the whole sort of low back pelvis area. If you've got time, it's a good idea to do that whole routine together. Okay, every day is ideal, but you know, whatever works for you. If you don't have so much time, or you're sitting at a desk in your office and you just, it's not possible, you're on a train or something, these in and out they're the ones that I tend to do most often in practice, the in and out ones with people. Okay.